In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the strange and unusual relationship between Colt and his mum, Debbie. This infamous mother and son duo just can't seem to stay out of the headlines for all the wrong reasons. Just when you thought Colt's love life couldn't get any more messed up or complicated, our Las Vegas bachelor has caused waves across social media once again. Let's dive in. Let's start with the trip that was the highlight of season 7. At the beginning of the season, we saw Colt getting close to yet another Brazilian girlfriend, Jess. Their relationship blossomed so quickly, Colt decided to visit Jess's family in Brazil after only 2 months of dating. And even though Colt was really excited about spending some alone time with his girlfriend, his excitement was soon shut down after his mother Debbie decided to invite herself along for the ride.
My mother would like to come to Brazil with me when I come and see you. Like, she asked me if she could go.
Your mom?
Yeah.
It's safe to say, having your mum tag along on your romantic vacation isn't the best idea in the world, and to be honest, there's not too many grown men that would be okay with it. But Colt isn't a typical 35-year-old, and given what we know about how dependent and attached he is to his mum, it shouldn't really come as any surprise at all that he just let it happen, paving the way for Debbie to sabotage yet another relationship of his. And the trip began exactly as you imagined it, with Debbie being the third wheel and Colt and Jess kissing in the back of a cab. Okay, maybe not exactly like you imagined it, but it's pretty close, right? Even at the airport, the trip started out super uncomfortably, from Colt and Jess kissing right in front of Debbie, to Colt only booking one bedroom for all 3 of them.
I only booked 1 hotel room, but I thought I was getting a larger suite than it was. This will be fine, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, look, let's talk real for a second here. Most normal people feel weird if they're so much as watching a movie with their parents and a sex scene pops up, let alone sucking someone's face off in the back of a cab with your mum sitting in front of you, and then booking her in the same hotel room to spend the night with you. What the heck?
Is your mom here?
Yeah, I know my mom's right there, but that's fine.
Yeah, I just think
Well,
your mom's here.
well, she's hard.
I think it's rare your mom's here because my vocation and my moment. So I think so it's better me and Colt alone.
Ladies, if your man took you away for a romantic getaway, then dropped the bombshell that his mum would be sharing your bedroom, how would you react? On a scale of 0 to 1 seconds, how quickly would you dump him?
When I say I'm done, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
It's just not normal behaviour. These two seem to have some kind of inappropriate thing going on. Now, I'm not saying it's sexual, although Larissa might disagree with me.
Do you feel happy right now?
How do you feel? Well, all mother because you act like she's a lover.
That's ridiculous.
Ah, go bed, go ahead.
But it's just the way he's so comfortable sharing intimate details of his relationships with his mum. This is the kind of stuff no son should be comfortable discussing with their mother.
Having sex or whatever you...
I'm thankful, too, because Jess is pretty loud.
I don't need to know that.
There has to be a deep-rooted reason why Colt and Debbie need to be so close to each other. And listen, I get it. The passing away of Colt's dad has undoubtedly drawn the two closer together. By his own admission, he's all that she has. I get that.
Ever since my father passed 10 years ago, we've been very close and we've taken care of each other. She's the only fan that I have left. She's retired, she's disabled, and I feel like it's my responsibility, it's my onus to look after her.
But this seems to go beyond just having a close relationship. I mean, it's overdependence. We're talking about a grown-ass man who doesn't even have his own bank account because he shares one with his mum. A man who doesn't make his own breakfast, never cooks or cleans. Like, how hard is it to pour some cereal and milk in a bowl? By letting this go on for so long, Debbie's raised a son with an unhealthy dependence on her, and a son with what seems to be serious separation anxiety. This takes Mama's boy to a whole new level.
My mother cooks for me, does my laundry and whatever, and she will drive me to work and pick me up because we only have 1 vehicle. You could say I'm a bit of a mommy's boy.
Combine this with Debbie's jealous tendencies and what we get is a recipe for disaster. Yeah, it makes for great TV, but is it any wonder why fans of the show are so weirded out by the two of them? And while we're on the topic of Debbie's jealous tendencies, let's quickly go back and look at the ways Colt's mum has sabotaged his relationships.
You can't take a mother away from her son. If it's a bad relationship, I will do everything in my power to sabotage his relationship.
Even with Colt's first serious relationship and marriage with Larissa, Debbie was showing signs of jealousy and manipulation pretty much right from the start. From not letting Larissa so much as choose a couch for the house, to getting salty when she so much as made Colt breakfast, it's safe to say Larissa got to see the real side of Debbie in a way few others had.
I came in America to be a wife to Colty. I want to take care of him, but Debbie doesn't allow me to do it.
And she even tried to warn Jess about it. When Jess and Colt first got together, Larissa got in touch with her ex-husband's new girlfriend over the phone and tried to warn her about the people she was getting involved with.
Another thing, have you ever met Debbie?
No, I never see them.
Be careful, she's a wolf. She is like insane.
While some viewers took this to be Larissa being petty and vindictive, it turned out from what later happened that she was well within her rights to do so. Two of the things that she tried to warn Jess about were, number one, the fact that Debbie may look innocent, but she's secretly a wolf, her words not ours, and number two, the fact that Colt, believe it or not, is a serial cheat.
While I was married with Colt, he was very shady. Colty was trying to talk to other women, and I believe Colt cheated me. Well, good luck with your love.
Little did Jess know that everything Larissa warned her about would later come true. Honestly, you can't make this stuff up. And just as Debbie was instrumental in breaking up Colt and Larissa, she was back at it again in their last days in Brazil, when Debbie made comments that she knew would cause fireworks.
I said, Vanessa told me the cats are really doing really well, and she sent me a picture of...
Vanessa's watching the cats while we're gone. Come on.
Did you know Jess had an issue with Vanessa?
You see, Jess had always been very worried and anxious about Colt and Vanessa's relationship. She even told Colt to stop talking to Vanessa, and even though Colt said he would, and he promised to cut Vanessa out of his life, it turned out to be a big lie. And soon enough, Jess found out the truth, that Colt and Vanessa speak every single day.
What? Whoa. Hey!
You lie!
And look, the truth always has a habit of coming out, so it wasn't so much the fact that the truth came out that was the issue, it's the fact that Debbie felt the need to stick her nose in it, to kind of engineer the whole situation, to manipulate it and deliberately break down her son's relationship. And in doing so, she finally got what she wanted, the end of the Colt-Jess relationship. But here's the thing, there's no denying Debbie seems to have some jealous tendencies, but we can't put the blame only on her because Colt is the other half of the equation. After all, the common denominator in all of his failed relationships is unfortunate Brazilian girls. Sorry, did I say that out loud? I mean, the common denominator is him, Colt.
You like Brazil, Colt?
Well, yes.
So, let's take a look at his behaviour that drove the two Brazilian women out of the door. Remember when Larissa got into a huge fight with Colt's cousin? Now, instead of sticking up for his soon-to-be wife and the woman that he claimed to love, Colt decided to sit back on his chair and watch the entire argument explode out of control. With a language barrier and those closest to her husband up against her, Larissa had to stand her ground and defend herself while Colty sat there drinking his beer and relaxing. Even David Toborowski called out Colt's immature behaviour. During the tell-all, Annie's husband admitted how Colt was a, quote, master manipulator. David said, quote, he teased her, he brought her to the US, he controlled money over her head, he teased her with a lot of promises. And it's hard to disagree, it's all true. But that's not the only time Colt's behaviour raised some serious question marks. Whenever Debbie and Larissa would get into arguments, it seemed like Colt always chose his mother's side. Even if Larissa was in the right, Colt would end up standing by his mother's side and defending her.
Why you so hard for you go to her and say, Mommy, I love you, but please, don't do it again.
Larissa.
Well, why so hard?
And maybe that's why Debbie became so outspoken when Colt started dating Jess, because she knew ultimately whatever happened, Colt would always choose her side no matter what.
You and I have a very close relationship, and I don't want to make him choose because you could lose. Okay, so we just need to get.
Let's not forget how even before travelling to Brazil, before even meeting Jess, Debbie outright said and admitted that she would be meddling in her son's relationship.
Everyone's going to be saying, for God's sake, lady, let him live his life. No.
But where does the blame lie here? Is it Debbie's fault that she's so outspoken? Or is it time for Colt to man up and not let his mum control him and behave this way? And now let's talk about Colt and Debbie's most recent controversy, which is all about Colt's OnlyFans account. For those of you that don't know, OnlyFans is an online content subscription platform that requires fans to pay for content. Celebrities, YouTubers, and even our very own 90 Day Fiancé stars often post exclusive photos or videos as a way to earn some extra cash. And so it was no real surprise when Colt decided to jump on the bandwagon and create an account too. What was a surprise, however, was the type of content he started posting. Things took an even stranger twist when fans speculated that Colt's sexy photos may have been taken by his mother. Fortunately, we can all breathe a huge sigh of relief as he later confirmed that that wasn't the case, and in fact it was Vanessa taking the photos. Yep, the same Brazilian lady that Jess was so unhappy about. So what do you guys think of the whole Debbie and Colt relationship? It's all just so weird, don't you think? Or am I being too harsh on them? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you've made it this far to the end of the video, do me a favour. Hit that subscribe button and give us a like so that you can stay up to date with all the latest 90 Day Fiancé news. If you haven't already done so, check out some of our other 90 Day Fiancé videos that are on screen now. Thanks for watching, catch you on the next video.